what's up guys, my name is Corey and this is the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. This is the entry level device from Samsung this year. This is the successor to the Samsung Galaxy Young, which was announced and released last year, and it's the Samsung Galaxy Young 2, so you're probably expecting quite a few upgrades and a few tweaks made to the handset. Now, I've been using this handset for around about a month now, a month or two. I've used it, I've put it down, and I've come back to it again. And I was really going through the handset to see if there's any significant difference between the handset before I even went ahead and checked on GSM Arena to see the full spec sheet of the handset. And I've come across that Samsung didn't really make any major difference to their entry level device. I know it's an entry level phone, but with that said, you are paying more money for this handset in comparison to the Samsung Galaxy Young. Okay, now the main difference you're going to find between the Samsung Galaxy Young and the Samsung Galaxy Young 2 is probably the processor. The Samsung Galaxy Young had A5 Cortex processor. This has the A7 Cortex processor with the same amount of RAM, the same amount of internal storage. It takes a lower class micro SD card. I believe it takes a 32 gig micro SD card, up to 32 gig, and the initial Samsung Galaxy Young took a 64 gig micro SD card. Now, the major difference you're going to find between the Samsung Galaxy Young, before I even get into that, the design and build quality has been changed ever so slightly. The back of the handset is where you're going to find probably the only change made to the phone. The back design is pretty much similar to the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. It has that same type of leather look, but it's still plastic, meaning the back is still removable. You also have that 3.5 megapixel camera and the speaker at the top. And at the very top of the handset, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack and the micro USB port at the bottom. Now, as I said, the handset design is pretty much same to the Samsung Galaxy Young. You have the same type of aluminium look going around the phone, but really it's plastic. You have the capacitive back button, the capacitive multitask button, and also physical home key. But the major difference you're going to find between the Samsung Galaxy Young and the Samsung Galaxy Young 2 is the Samsung user interface. Now, Samsung has basically added Android 4.4.4 onto the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. So that's one of the major difference that they've made on the handset. They've also added the new Samsung user interface, the same Samsung interface which you can find on the Samsung Galaxy S5, the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, and the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and the S5 Mini. Now, those are the only major difference you're going to find between the Samsung Galaxy Young and the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. Now, is it worth it? Currently, you can probably pick up a Samsung Galaxy Young in the UK for around about £30, and you can pick up a Samsung Galaxy Young 2 for around about £69.99. Now, to me, it's not worth it. The reason why it's not worth it is, even though Samsung has added KitKat to the operating system and they've also added a new user interface, that doesn't mean the phone is going to perform any better. It will probably perform even worse because Samsung user interface, and I'm sorry to say this if anyone has a Samsung, but Samsung user interface is pretty whack. Okay, they overbloat their handset with too many features and settings that you will never use, and that will eventually slow down the handset. And they've done the same thing with the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. It only has around 512 MB of RAM, so in terms of performance and multitasking, it's not the best you're going to find, and Samsung still overbloat the handset with features that you would never use. Now, when you compare this to something like the Moto E, the Moto E will perform better than this. One, because it probably has a better processor, or a processor which is equivalent to the one which is on the Samsung Galaxy Young 2, but the Moto E doesn't have any overbloated software which is going to slow it down after a while. So if you're in the market and you're thinking of getting the Samsung Galaxy Young 2, I personally, and this is me speaking honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. For the price it's good, but it won't last you one bit. Now, I've had the Samsung Galaxy Young, and when I had that phone, it took me ages to open a app. It took me ages to open my camera and to come out of my camera. Now, just as an example, I was downloading the Geekbench test for the handset just to do a quick benchmark test between the Young 2 and the Moto E, and the handset took around, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to download one app. Now that's even, both handsets were on Wi-Fi. This Moto E actually finished way before the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. So the question is it worth you upgrading from the is it worth you upgrading from the Samsung Galaxy Young to the Samsung Galaxy Young 2? My honest answer is no. You're better off going ahead and purchasing a Moto E, or if you have the extra 40 pound, go ahead and pick up a Moto G. Now the Moto G and the Moto E is pure Android, which means nothing is going to slow down your handset. You probably get most of the updates before any other Samsung device on the market, because it's a pure Android experience you're going to get on the Moto E and the Moto G. So this is my quick review. I'll call it a review of the new Samsung Galaxy Young 2. Is it worth it? No, it's not. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. As I said, for me, it's not the best you're going to find out there. You do get that Samsung experience on the handset, but again, for me, it's going to slow it down after a while, because there's just too many settings. And Samsung, I don't know, I think this is their way of making more money, because you go ahead and purchase the Samsung Galaxy Young, and then within 2 months time you're going to need another handset because it's going to be playing up. Now, as I said, guys, this is my quick review of the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. If you are getting one, even after watching my review, let me know what you guys think. If you guys like this style of video where you see my face, let me know, and I'll ensure to continue to make more videos like so. If you are new to my channel, please ensure to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and feel free to go ahead and share my video as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.